Fujifilm Instax Mini Link Smartphone Printer Review. You're probably wondering why Nintendo Switch owners would be compelled to print their game screen captures using the Fujifilm Instax Mini Link Smartphone Printer, considering it uses Instax film that costs around $15 for a pack of 20. It seems wasteful and excessive, especially when you're already paying $60 or more for a Switch game like Animal Crossing. Well, it makes much more sense when you throw new Pokemon Snap in the mix. This new release from the ever-popular series has players running around looking for Pokemon as per usual. Except this time, instead of capturing them with Pokeballs, you're doing so with a camera, much like you would in a real-world photography safari. And with the Instax Mini printer, you can turn those in-game shots into real-world memories. Fujifilm Instax Mini Link Smartphone Printer, Design and Features. The Fujifilm Instax Mini Link Smartphone Printer Special Edition feels familiar if you've used an Instax camera before. There's the same film ejection slot and film compartment, and a similar film door and knob. It also utilizes the same film loading process, and naturally the same Instax Mini film that launched the whole Instax line into stardom. At the same time, there are other things that make it uniquely its own. Instead of a battery you'd need to eventually replace or charge separately, the Instax Mini printer comes with a micro USB port for charging. That makes things much more convenient, even if a USB-C port is preferable. The power button, located front and center while bearing the Instax logo, features LED lighting that moonlights as a battery, charging, pairing, and printing indicator. And if we're being honest, it adds a touch of cuteness to the whole thing too. Finally, the button has a luxurious feeling ribbed finish that gives it a classy look. Speaking of looks, this Nintendo Switch themed special edition has an ash-white body, dark denim fringe around the power button, and a pinkish red panel over the film ejection slot. Pokemon fans will find it reminiscent of the first generation Pokemon games, especially if they opt for the limited edition Pikachu silicone case. Fujifilm Instax Mini Link Smartphone Printer, Performance and Smartphone App. The Mini Link printer doesn't directly connect to your Nintendo Switch, instead it capitalizes on the Switch's ability to send saved screen captures to smartphones using QR codes, as well as adapts the already existing Mini Link smartphone app, only tweaking it a little to shorten a process. It would have been niftier if the printer connected directly to your Switch, but that would require Fujifilm to create a whole new app specifically for Switch. Basically, the printer uses your mobile phone as the go-between. It connects to the Link for Switch app on your phone via Bluetooth, while the app itself has a Switch Direct Print function that lets you quickly scan the QR code your Switch generates to grab the image or batch of images you'd like to print. You can then make adjustments, edits, and customizations to each individual image. When you're ready, you simply swipe up to print. Fujifilm Instax Mini Link Smartphone Printer App. The whole process is done without ever leaving the app. Fujifilm has clearly gone through great lengths to make printing their Pokemon Snaps a breeze to users. But, it's made it fun as well, especially if your idea of fun is to make it Pokemon themed. Although Pokemon Snap has an in-game photo editing feature that lets you add filters, stickers, and frames to your captures, something the Instagram and TikTok crowd would appreciate, the Link for Switch app itself has plenty of additional editing and customization features. The basic stuff includes zooming in and rotating to adjust framing, adding filters, there are only 3 available at default, and toggling brightness, contrast, and saturation. I've found all these to be quite useful, especially for those Pokemon shots taken during the night or that aren't quite perfectly framed, something that happens quite a lot. Beyond those, Fujifilm has added 15 fun Pokemon Snap frames. It also kept many of the features from the original Mini Link app, including collage printing, party printing, video printing, and the sketch, edit and print feature. There's definitely a lot to love and do on the app. So much so that I found myself spending as much time printing my Pokemon Snaps as I did playing the game itself. The printer works beautifully. Printing is done within seconds, though as is tradition, you do have to wait for the image to develop and manifest on the film. That said, there's no need to shake, these aren't like the Polaroid films of old. Battery life lasts for a decent while, up to 100 photos on a single full charge. In practice I haven't yet run the battery down to zero, so while I was unable to measure charge time from 0 to 100%, I can say that charging is fairly fast despite the micro USB connection. Purchasing guide. The Fujifilm Instax Mini Link Smartphone Printer Special Edition is available on Amazon for $99.95. There's also a limited edition PK case bundle, though that's currently out of stock. Verdict. At close to $100, the Fujifilm Instax Mini Link Smartphone Printer Special Edition is not exactly a casual purchase, especially when you factor in the cost of Pokemon Snap, not to mention the additional cost of Instax film. That said, this fun little accessory feels like a natural extension of the game. Just like real-life photographers who develop prints of their images, the Instax Mini Link printer lets newly christened Pokemon photographers do so as well, albeit on a mini scale.